All right, everybody. So the NFL season schedule is out. All the schedules for all 32 teams are out, and I'm gonna now predict you guys all the games. We're gonna go in 4 parts. I think for this video, maybe 5 parts. We'll see how it goes. But this is part one. We're gonna go through the first 4 weeks of the NFL season for every team, starting with the AFC North. We're just gonna go in order on the website. So we got the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they have gotten a little bit worse this year. We'll see how it goes. Week 1, they played the Bills on the road. That is a loss. Then they go home to play the Raiders, and then the Bengals right after the Raiders. I think the Raiders probably will beat them, but that should be a close one. That's a pretty even game. And then the Steelers will beat the Bengals at home early in the season. I'm not sure if Joe Burrow will be at full health by then anyways. So we're going to give the Steelers their first win in Week 3. So a little bit of a different start to the season from last year. Obviously, they were 11-0 this year. They start off 1-2, and then they're going to lose to the Packers as well. So they're 1-3 to start the season. Not great for the Steelers. But the question is, of course, do you trust that Mike Tomlin can get them? Of course, he's never had a losing record. So will he have a losing record this year, or will he bounce them back? We'll see in future parts of the video. Next up, we got the Bengals. I already have them losing to the Steelers in Week 3, but let's see. I think they will beat the Vikings at home in Week 1, but they will lose to the Bears, and then they will beat the Jaguars. This is a good game here. Thursday night, Bengals Jags, the best college quarterback from 2 years ago, Burrow, against the best college quarterback from last year, which is Trevor Lawrence. So this is a good game. I do think that the Bengals will eke out the win, so we're going to give them a 2-2 start. Bengals not bad, not great, but not bad. And look at the Browns here. They play the Chiefs in Week 1. That is a tough game. Andy Reid in September hardly ever loses. Patrick Mahomes is best in September, so we're going to give the Browns a loss to the Chiefs here. But then the Texans at home should be a win. The Bears at home should be another win. And then they go on the road to Minnesota. Now, a lot of times on the road to Minnesota is a game that maybe could be an upset, but in September, or I think this might be October, but even still, in October, this should not be an issue. Usually later in the season, Minnesota might give you bad weather, but let's be honest here. The Browns, they also are playing in bad weather anyway, so we're going to give the Browns a win as well. So now the Browns are 3-1 to start the season, and they're looking very strong, just like last year. Finally, the Ravens for the AFC North. Their first game is going to be against the Las Vegas Raiders. They will win this one on Monday Night Football. Then they go to play the Chiefs at home. Can they beat the Chiefs? Can Lamar beat Patrick Mahomes and kind of help dismantle the storyline that Mahomes will always be his kryptonite? No, he will not dismantle that storyline. The Chiefs will win. Then they play the Lions and Broncos. Back-to-back road games, and that should be back-to-back road wins. Ravens starting off pretty strong at 3-1 as well. So we go to the AFC South, starting things off with the Houston Texans. Their first game is against the Jaguars, and I do think they will lose this one. I think that I don't really trust the Texans, considering that Deshaun Watson, we don't know. Is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? Probably not at this point. And then I have them losing to the Browns as well. Then they play the Panthers and Thursday Night Football, and I'm going to give the Panthers the win in this one. And then they play the Bills, and this is another loss. So 0-4 start for the Texans, not great at all. Let's look at the Jaguars here. I already have them with 1 win and 1 loss, beating the Texans, losing to the Bengals. Let's look in between here. They play the Broncos. This is probably a loss. Oh, but that's close. I'm going to give them the win. I'm going to give Trevor Lawrence the win there. So Jaguars will be 2-0 in Trevor Lawrence's first 2 games. And then they play the Cardinals. It is a home game, so they will have some sort of home advantage, but I do like the Cardinals in this one. So Jaguars win their first 2, lose the next 2, and Trevor Lawrence will definitely cool down against J.J. Watt and the Cardinals. That's going to be tough for him to play J.J. Watt in his 3rd NFL game, gets up against one of the best defenders probably of all time, but still, the Jaguars 2-2, not a bad beginning to the season. Then you get the Titans down here. They play the Cardinals in Week 1 at home. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with the Titans to win this game, but I think it's going to be close. Then they play the Seahawks on the road. That's such a tough game to win. That's a loss. Then they get the Colts, and this game is really going to set the tone for their season, I think, because the Titans play in a pretty easy division. It's really between them and the Colts, I think, this year. If they can beat the Colts here, that will really set a tone. But they are going to, they will. They're going to beat the Colts at home on Sunday in Week 3, and then in Week 4 they play the Jets, and that will be a win as well. So Titans get off to a good start. They are 3-1 to start the season. And then we look at the Colts, the last team in the AFC. the last team in the AFC South. And what are they going to do? Their first game is against the Seahawks. That should be a loss, a close game, but it will be a loss. Then they play the Rams, and this is going to be an interesting one. Carson Wentz going to play the Rams. We're gonna give them the win. That'll be their first win of the season. And then they lose to the Titans, and then they are actually going to lose to the Dolphins as well. And you know what? Never mind. They are going to lose to the Rams. So the Colts are going to start off 0-4 this year. That's a tough 4 games to play. It looks like their schedule is going to ease up a bit, maybe towards the middle. But the Colts have one of the toughest schedules in the league, man. This is going to be a tough season for them. Just eyeballing it, they play the Ravens, Niners there. Texans is a little bit of a break, but yeah, then the Titans again. Jets and Jags should be easier, but then you have to go play the Bills and the Bucks. Texans is a little bit easier, but the Pats, Cardinals, those are tough, and then you get two easier games to end the season. But yeah, this is a tough schedule for the Colts with a new quarterback and new coach. I don't know if I like this Colts team this year, guys. I really don't. All right, so there we go. There's the AFC South. I have the Titans at 3-1 so far, Jags 2-2, Colts 0-4, Texans are also 0-4. Now look at the AFC East. We got the Bills already at 2-0. They play the Dolphins in week 2 after they beating the Steelers. We're going to have them losing to the Dolphins, but they will beat the Washington team. So the Bills start off 3-1. Dolphins, I have them with 2 wins already as well. We're also going to give them a win against the Patriots. Actually, we're going to give them a loss to New England because it seems like New England is pretty good at beating them at home, but they will beat Las Vegas. The Dolphins are also 3-1. Then we got the Patriots. They are 1-0. I have them with a win over the Dolphins. They will also beat the Jets. They are going to lose to this. No, they will beat the Saints. So they're going to start off, looking strong, but they lose to the Bucks and fall back to earth. So this is shaping up to be a really great division battle. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. The Jets, I have them at 0-2, and you know what? We're going to give them a loss to the Panthers. Sam Darnold will beat his old team in week 1 of the season. And then how about the Broncos? That's also going to be a loss. So the Jets are going to start off 0-4, and that is not a very good start for them. The same thing that they've done the past 2 seasons, I believe. But maybe they'll get a win against the Falcons in week 5. You'll have to tune in to see in the next video. So then we got the AFC West. The Chiefs, I have them with wins against the Browns and Ravens. The Chargers in week 3, and this is going to be their first loss. The Chargers are going to shock everybody with a win over the Chiefs in week 3. But the Chiefs, they are going to take care of business on the road in Philadelphia. So the Chiefs are 3-1 to start the season, looking very strong. Then we get the Chargers. The Chargers, I have them beating the Chiefs. How about the Cowboys? No, that's a loss. The Washington football team, that's also going to be a loss, but they are going to beat the Raiders. So there you go. Chargers are going to be 2-2, but with that big win over the Chiefs and then another division win over the Raiders. This game and this game, those are honestly both toss-ups, but I'm going to say they lose those two. Beginning of the season jitters for their new head coach. Then you got the Broncos. The Broncos already have picked 3 of their games, but the last one is week 1 against the Giants. As far as this game against the Giants goes, we're going to give it to the Giants here. So the Broncos are going to start off 1-3, and that is, so yeah, you're looking at the AFC West. It's Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos. Those are your standings right there. Then you go to the NFC, looking at the NFC North first. The Packers, I have them at 1-0 with a win over the Steelers. What else are they going to do? They're going to beat the Lions. They're going to lose to the Niners, and this game against the Saints, it's a toss-up. Let's give it to the Packers. So the Packers are 3-1 to start the season. Then we get the Bears. They are already 1-1. I think they lose to the Rams, however, and I think they will beat the Lions. So the Bears are 2-2 to start the season. Lions, I have them at 0-3. You know what? We are going to give them a loss there as well. So Lions are 0-4 to start the season. Not surprising because I don't think the Lions are any good. And then you get the Vikings. I have them with 2 losses as well, and they're going to get a surprise win over the Cardinals on the road, but they will lose to Seattle. So Vikings started off 1-3. So fairly accurate, I think. Running out of time here on this video. Let's try to go quick. Buccaneers, I have them at 1-0 with a win over New England. They are also going to beat Dallas. They're going to beat Atlanta. They will lose to the LA Rams. Just like last year, they're going to lose to the Rams. So you've got the Bucs at 3. No, actually, they're going to beat the Rams. They're going to be 4-0. I haven't picked a 4-0 team yet. There you go. There's a 4-0 team to start the season. It's the Tampa Bay Bucs. I have the Panthers with 2 wins as well. They're going to lose to the Saints, however, and they will also lose to Dallas. So I got the Panthers at 2-2 to start the season. Saints, I have them at 1-2. They will beat the Giants as well. So they're going to be 2-2. And the Falcons, we'll give them a win against the Eagles. We're going to give them a win against the Giants, but a loss to the football team. So there you go. Actually, we'll switch that. Loss to the Giants, a win to the football team. So they are also 2-2. We are seriously running out of time here, and yeah, we're gonna actually have to cut this video short right now. See you guys. Check out the